I'm going to ask you guys, okay, so since you already muddied the waters a little bit.
You're going to start with me.
Since you muddied the waters a little bit, and we're talking about being single is as simple as if I don't, and I being, I guess, the guy. So can the female walk up, let me just clarify this. Can the female that you're dating walk up and say, hey, let's have the talk. Let's have the single or not single conversation. Who initiates that?
I think it should be either party.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
somebody
you
has
feel,
to break that ice.
Yeah, when you feel like you're ready to go there, or you feel like the relationship, because again, I think a lot of times people don't have the conversation; they just fall into the next level.
Yes.
So when you feel yourself like
oh, I'm
wanting
here.
to, or you, let me say this, you feel yourself committing to this person, because I think a lot of times we commit to someone and we don't talk about that. So when you see yourself committing,
Don't say anything if you're not ready to walk
Yeah,
back.
true. Yeah.
Because and first, a lot of people are like, that's some BS. We go,
Yeah, but it's
no,
true.
but like now you brought it up. Now there's all this extra tension. And I understand wanting to get things off your shoulders and stuff like that. That's really, in all essence, why we have counselors, why we have mentors, and why we have friends is the vent. Because until you're ready, and it's something I used to say even with my job, because people used to always be like, you don't ever really talk about whatever. I said, I don't cry wolf. When I'm ready to go, you'll know.
See, that's me too.
I don't play those games. Like I will endure a hell of a lot
before you get to that point.
And part of it is my mentality is I want to see if you, I'm giving it a chance, and I don't want to be the one that have to tell you, like, with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And once I'm there though, I'm typically a point of no return. I have returned one time. But I feel like women get the short end of the stick because we constantly have to read a person. We always have to and this is kind of like where I am right now is don't, and I did a podcast video on this, is not to get caught up intimately before you have that discussion with yourself or with him, because sometimes you don't even need to have it with him. Sometimes, like you say, you can read more when you're not physically involved with someone.
Sex blurs.
Sex blinds. It don't even blur. It blinds, completely blinds. And there are things that we put up with and deal with and excuse because we've had sex with someone.
Right.
And the same questions we have at year 5, year 3, year 6 were the same questions that we had at month 3.
Yeah.
It was the same ones, but oh my God, he was saying that, I can have your baby,
Right,
and
it was cute then.
all of this and that, and you just let them slip it in.
People can be, I think both parties can be comfortable in an undefined relationship until one of those parties feels like they're getting played. And then that's when the resentment builds in, because if they see something on social media, like you out of the party and you hugged up with somebody else, and then they start feeling like, wait a minute, they got their arm around, them, the same way they got around me. Right, right. Then that's when I feel like that's when the resentment sets in. And I feel like it's, nowadays, there's, because of a lot of it, because of social media, and because most people live so much of their lives through social media, I feel like the breaking point of those type of relationships is a lot quicker now than it was maybe 10 years ago, because you didn't have the proof or get caught up in, because sometimes you might think, a
lot of people are physically single.
Yeah.
Like on paper, we're single.
Yeah.
We're not in a relationship. So that's what we can say. But mentally, someone has us. We're committed to someone.
Yeah.
Emotionally, someone has us. Or like we like to call on the podcast or on the podcast page, a casual fuck. They have us.
Yeah.
So technically, we're not single because I think single makes you ready for any relationship. And if you are attached to anyone, whether it's finances, they paying my rent, they doing this here, because a lot of people are in situations where they're not doing anything physical, but somebody pays their rent, somebody's taking care of them, somebody's doing all of these things. If you find yourself in any of those situations,